We're moving on to lead gen. Sherri, who you already heard from, is going to moderate this panel. We have Stacie, Koroly from Philadelphia coming up. And she's going to talk a little bit open houses. Anthony, you're back up here talking about door knocking, I think. Simon, Westfall-Kwong from Short Hills, talking about client events and beyond. We have Ed Albano joining us again. And Sinnona. Okay, amazing. All right, so how's everybody feeling? Yeah? It's been a great day. Wow. All right, so lead generation strategies, and this is what I love, the word in there that says that actually converts. Right, so think about that. If you had a better strategy, how much more could you accomplish, right? So we're going to talk about that with some great people. Let's start, if you've not introduced yourself your first time on, I'm going to start at the other end. Stacie starts out with the introduction and where you're from and anything you want to share with the group.
Awesome. Stacie Koroly, outside of Philadelphia. I'm a four-time icon agent. I have 3 offices with EXP, which is kind of rare. 25 years in the business and specialize in 55 and over. And I do want to say, Veronica V at 9:36, I said that you moved my energy. And I look forward to growing in Philadelphia with you.
Awesome. All right, Ed.
Ed Albano, Keller Williams.
Back on again. Next up. Need some ice. Oh, should be on. Or you could add.
Hi everybody, Simon Westfall-Kwong from Short Hill, New Jersey. From EXP, and I run a branch office in Summit, New Jersey. Since 2020, we average about $97 million a year and about 2.2 GCI. And we have a 15 licensed agent on our team. We service 7 different counties from Hoboken all the way down to the shore. And that's where we are. Oh, and then we service people from condos $300,000 to all the way up to $6 to $8 million. But pension as well.
Fantastic. Thank you.
I don't know if I should be sitting there.
Love New Jersey.
Joe Sinnona from Long Island, New York. And I have my crew over there saying hello, my fans. We have my team, North Star, EXP Realty. I'm also a speaker and international speaker.
Fabulous. And
International, baby. Anthony Geha.
Same Anthony.
Yeah.
Awesome Anthony.
That's me. I was here before. I don't know if you remember. Fremont, California, and hi, that's it.
Right. Well, I love it. So, all right. So here's the deal. Your pen's ready. Action items, strategies that are going to help you convert more on your gold mine pipeline. Right? I got to say that because we just talked about that. So the great job of structuring the topics, Colby. I know that you did that. All right. So first question is, what's a unique lead gen source that you use? How are you maximizing the ROI on that? So I'll start with you.
So most of my business is database related, and I've kind of tried to see what else I can add into lead gen. And handwritten notes have been, it just blew me away on doing it with my database. And then I said, let me try this with a couple of other things. So we've been trying to get some divorce and probate leads because we know these are people that need to list right now. They're not the easiest people to contact. My ISA has to be talked off the ledge daily because of the hang-ups and being cursed at. But handwritten notes are a little bit more heartfelt, as well as with some houses that we repair for my construction builders and investors.
I'm going to say
the ROI is very
perfect
low.
on the microphone.
Very low. Sorry.
I'm getting signals.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's okay. So let me tell you something. You just said handwritten notes, right? Which, in the world of technology, when people receive a handwritten note, number one, it's obviously relationship marketing. And so thank you for sharing that. That is that. And what's your referral business?
That's the response. Is I never was going to get back to anyone if they called me, but just taking the time to write the note
Yes, it does, absolutely. What's your next? It doesn't have to be handwritten notes, another unique lead gen strategy. Stacie.
So I would say open houses. I specialize in 55 and over, and what I can say unequivocally that I've found is that most active adult people, when they walk in the door, are not working with an agent. Case in point, last weekend I did 2 open houses, picked up 3 different buyers, and oh, by the way, they all have to sell their homes. So I'm looking at least $80,000 in commission, and I never would have gotten that, and it's free, not paying for that lead.
So I just have to piggyback. Open houses are the GOAT, right? The greatest of all time lead generation. It's been around the longest. Where else can you go for free leads? You just said it. And if you go to the open house to find listings instead of going to the open house just to get buyers, you just said that the monetized value of $80,000 now on what I would call your pipeline, you just put, because the open house can be the most productive and most profitable 2 or 3 hours of your week. Stacie just hit that out of the park. And we didn't talk yet. I knew yours was open houses, though. I didn't know that. Think about that. Instead of going there to make the seller happy, use it as a lead generation tool. Please, write that down. All right, Anthony, you had your mic going up.
Oh yeah,
Next.
I do the door knocking,
Yes.
and I do it where I grew up, and I do it in a place that I have unequivocally no question about every corner of that area, right? Like, so everybody who's there can ask me any question when they open that door, and I'm gonna know what to say. And getting in front of people is so like disarming for people. They have nothing to say, especially when you're coming in kind and authentic, like we were talking about. There's nothing to say but, oh, of course, you're Anthony, you're the real estate guy, and yeah, when we have something, when we're ready to do anything, you're the guy we'll go to. And that is that's like saves me from mindlessly walking for hours. Like when I hear things like that, or thank you for this is actually a great piece of information. Those things, those are beautiful.
This is a face-to-face contact, high contact sport, isn't it? And you are best when you are face-to-face. You're actually, think about it, body language is 80%, tone of voice is another 38%, and then words are only 7% of communication. And what I love about door knocking is you cut through all of the phone calls and the postcards. Like, you're having a conversation with somebody right now, right? And what's your ratio? Like, you must be doing well. What's the ROI on your door knocking investment, Anthony? We want to know.
That's where I struggle, is I don't keep track of a lot of stuff. But everybody's in the database. They're all coming in. I've taken a few listing leads there in that area. I've only been doing it consistently since Dad passed away for about like 7 or 8 months. And it's gotten to the point where everybody is like, we're all on the bandwagon. We're like, it's about to blow up. And yeah, it's
starting the relationship. It's disarming. I love that you said that. And everyone, you're like best when you're face to face, right? Just be you. Just be authentically you. I think that's what you said like 4 or 5 times without saying anything.
Yeah. And give up. I mean, I'm gonna jump questions here, but if you have something to give to people that is of value and shows your commitment to the community and helping. I recently did this piece of artwork that was I love Fremont, that's where we are. It's a sticker that I created, and I built the whole thing. I put it with a flyer. That flyer had nothing to do with selling them anything. Of course, it had my information on it if they wanted to get a hold of me. But it was like, look, I grew up here. I love this area. Here's a little cool piece of art that I made. Please enjoy it. Put it somewhere fun. Send me a picture of where you put it. A couple of those, which is very awesome. So those are just literally things that, because I like doing it, I have an artsy part of me, and it's just like, nobody's doing stuff like that. I don't feel weird about handing out something I made. Like, there's nothing I'm pushing. So it's another authentic piece, and just another way to connect with people that I want to connect with.
That is so great. Just giving something for no reason, and then just saying, do something with this. I love that you said, show me a picture of where you put the artwork, right? Who loves that idea? That's a great one. Sharing, your hobbies are part of that. That's like, you just shared a hobby with the entire sphere. And by the way, all those relationship deposits you're putting in to the neighborhood, all those people are going to call you, for sure. Okay, who has
So as we say that we're in relation to business. So we concentrate highly on the high level with customers, SOI, and the past client. We do lots of different clients events. I mean, we have playbooks on all of them, so if you want to get in touch with us later, we can share with you. So give you a high level quick list. January we do client appreciation. March we do real estate or bowling or movies, and then May we do real estate events. Pre-Small Day, which is one of the great events for us right now. And then June we do end of the school year ice cream show, and then we skip July and August because people travel, go to camp and all that stuff. And then September we do mom's delivery. October we do pumpkin patch, which is 250 people come to our event always. And then we do again, everyone does pumpkin pies, pie delivery, or actually we do apple, pecan, and pumpkin. And then December we do gift drop off. In September, we also do mom deliveries.
Mom, the flowers. Mom.
There you go, sir. Enjoy.
This is a take down and implement piece right here. Tactical, easy to implement. Stop thinking, start doing. That was phenomenal. Everybody's dropping gold. Joe.
I send refrigerator magnets out to all my spheres, and I have about 1,000 now, just consistently every year, and I get about 6 to 8 listings just on those calendars alone. One lady has a calendar of me through the years, and then she tells me that it detracts her from going to the refrigerator. That's wonderful. I said, I'll be here when you're ready to list, so, then you'll have this ugly face in front of you permanently for about 6 to 9 months. But that's my biggest win, is that calendar every year. And I make sure that everyone gets it the week of Thanksgiving, not Christmas. Because there's a lot more distraction that week. And then, to Simon's point, I give out pies too, but to 80 special people. 80 people that give me consistent business. One word to the wise is always put your pies in a bag, otherwise the birds will get it. And that has happened to me twice already. So I learned from my mistakes, and I try to make my mistakes only once, not twice, not 3 times. I'm very conscious of who I am. Mindset is so key to me, so on point, that if you say something, do something with a client, and you make a mistake, it's okay. Give yourself permission to fail, but give yourself also more permission to succeed. Because when you're in the business, as long as I've been, you still have mistakes and stuff. Now, for those of you who are just starting out and you don't have a budget, I highly, highly recommend note cards. So a recent experience, I sent out 10 note cards to 10 strangers, people that I met on the street, and I make them feel special by noting what I spoke about with them. No AI can do that, because I was the one that experienced it. So I said, oh, it was great to see you the other day. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well. Isn't allergy season a bitch? I'm going through the same thing that you're going through. And that person that I met on the street referred me to someone who was going to list the house with me. So in 3 weeks that I've been doing those little note cards, I got 7 listings. And
That's
I'm
a
like,
good
they all
ROI
came
right
out
there.
at once. And I prayed for 1 and I got 7.
It's so easy too.
That's a great hit, Todd.
Are you using any particular program, or are you just buying cards and sending them? Are
You can
on
buy
it?
them in any
buy them at a
drugstore,
store.
any card store. And what you do is, no matter how many times you do this, you always do it consistently. Always put a card, a business card, in the note
Yes.
with a magnet card. So where does that go?
Right on the fridge.
Right on their fridge. So they see your ugly face, my ugly face, every time.
That is awesome. So many good things out of that. I want to circle back to, or come back to a follow-up with Stacie, because so many people heard you say that you do these open houses, you pick up $80,000 of business. What's your strategy when you get them in the door when they're walking out that you actually have a listing appointment with them because you're converting them. And I think everyone's in the room saying, how do you convert them? So could you just give us like 1 or 2 quick scripts on how you convert the people at the open house?
So how many people use an open house sign-in sheet? Raise a hand. I don't have anyone do that. Because a lot of times, are they going to tell you the truth? And then the next thing is, how many people say, are you working with an agent? Who says that? You working with an agent? Don't say that. Who are you working with? What's their name? I want to make sure I get it. So I don't have a sign-in sheet. What I do is I whip out my phone. So they go through the house. I know the house inside and out. I know the floor plan inside and out. And what happens is we strike up a conversation. Where do you live? Where are you coming from? And I start taking notes on my phone. And I look at them. I get that. Here's my intention. You have 100% of my intention here. I'm taking notes. How do I spell your name again? Is it your phone number? Is this your phone number? I want to make sure I get it right. And your email address, is that right? Okay, so is it all right if I update once in a while? I'm not going to annoy you, this and that. But knowing where you live, can I send you what I think your house is worth? A low to high. No pressure. I never push people. I've been doing this for 25 years. And I have, unless someone's working with someone, I am so deep into that relationship before they leave the door. They said, 3 people said at the open house on Sunday, I really need your card. I said, that's all right, I'm gonna email you, it's all good. No, I want your card, where's your card? So they walked out, they felt great, they were like, some of them, I think I'm gonna get a call from them, even though they were working with another agent, they didn't know the product, they didn't know any of that stuff. Yeah. So thanks for asking. And then
I love it, and adding value, right? If you add more value, you will get hired, that's it.
Always.
So asking leading questions, I heard you say. I also heard you say you're assuming that we're getting the information from people, which is also, right? I mean, obviously, you're in somebody else's house, I need your information, right? And it's really nice if people are giving you weird body language, just say, don't worry, I'm not going to call you. I'll call people who don't want to be called. But I guess, and you said no pressure, which is the other cool thing I heard you just say. No pressure, just results. I'd like to get your price opinion of your house. Who doesn't want that? And when you ask a yes or no question, like you know you're going to get a yes or no answer. So you said, who are you working with? All stuff. I hope y'all took it because that was awesome. Thank you, Stacie. All right, I have a question on what system are you tracking your lead generation efforts? And or do you just do you put them into a CRM? Do you follow up? Do you have a piece of paper? How are you keeping track of all of your leads and incubating them and following up with them? Who wants to go first? Go ahead. Perfect.
So a company I work with reached out to me 3 years ago and just spoke my language, which was 38 touch. So what can I do? What can I systematize?
It's called, the
38
database
touch.
system.
So in 1 year's time, you're going to be sending something to them as far as an email, a handwritten note, a call, a text, anniversary card 38 times, so that you're just staying in front of everyone. I get to see who opens up the emails, who's checking their wealth report. So systematizing everything, because I know I'm not going to do it all, is the name of the game, and follow up.
So how much is, can I ask you, how much is the product that you're using?
So there's Lofty CRM, and then the company that comes with it is, you're paying for our mail, and then you look at split.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all based on volume.
Excellent. It does it for you. Right? Follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. Anybody else using a system?
Yes, so being partner with Place, we use Koroly, and it's a CRM system. We can pretty much do everything there. So when we have events, before the events, we call clients, let's say we say, hey, you know what, we have an event coming up on Mother's Day, please join us, da, 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 da. They say yes or no, and we put notes in there, we can follow up, and we can also generate a next plan and say, hey, make sure you stay in touch with them, and if they don't show up, we call them after the event, say, hey, by the way, we miss you, and our next event is this, and so to stay in touch, we constantly stay in touch with the client. That's why we do events every quarter, to making sure that we use a little touch base with your clients every quarter, or your sphere, actually your sphere to your past client, you should touch base with them every month.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. So good. Anybody else to add to on systems?
Everything for me is in KV Core, which just changed to something else
KV
at
Core.
this point. But
Depending
Yeah. Bold leads and lucky, yeah. So I haven't got around to picking a new one yet, but everybody's in there and they get updated. And they also have their campaigns running. So those people that I'm going to in front of, they're also getting stuff from me, some more, through email and or text.
Perfect. And the gentleman who was here, the sponsor, Agent Unlock, Link up. That would be a system you could use as well. All right, moving on. Those were great answers. What's a common mistake you see agents making in lead gen, and that they should stop doing? Like what's a common mistake? Yes.
I see a lot of agents just chasing money. They don't chase the relationship. They don't want to cultivate a relationship. They're after this word that I can't stand and I cringe when I hear it, called scaling. And it's terrible because they're starting at the top of the ladder of what they call their success, but meanwhile it's like a false god in front of them. And they should stop doing that. And there's too many people doing that. Whether it's a generational thing or an older generational thing, it's in every generation. And I see it. It's a scaling thing. And there's nothing wrong with scaling as long as you know what to do. If you build up your relationships very, very, tight, there's wonderful things called scaling, but on a different level. And there's just too many agents there just chasing money. They're worried about money. They're worried about their next deal. And they talk about it, too. They talk about it on social media. If you're going to air out your dirty laundry, don't put it on social media, because your clients are looking at your social media as well.
Yes, please stop saying there are no listings on social media, because we are telling the public that they can sell their house, but they'll never find one, right? It's a great thing to bring up. What else? What are they doing wrong with social media? With lead generation? Stacie.
I'll be super quick. It's follow-up. The portions in the follow-up, you mentioned 32-point touches. It's now, I believe, up to 126 times before you actually put someone to bed or you archive them. So over 100 touches, because think about all the emails that you get, all the texts that you get. Ignore. We now have to work harder, and part of that follow-up is over 100 touches.
That's awesome. As a younger, whatever. Don't worry about my age. Stop asking. I'm young in the business. What I will say is that when I do the marketing meetings every week, so I get to meet people at the association and the newcomers. And what I see is sort of like, it's like wide-eyed fear. Am I doing the right thing? And then should I try that? Should I stick with a thing and do that thing? And trust the process of the commitment and people loving who you are, and that the benefits will come. It's about building relationships. It's not about quick dollar. And I told this to Mike last night. I've only exercised. That's all I've done my whole life. My degree's in kinesiology. It's not real estate major. And the results come after commitment for a prolonged period of time in your dedication to the things that you are committed to, right? And when I don't feel like doing a workout, I do it anyway, because I'm dedicated to the commitment I have. And that's when you see results. Just whatever thing it is, commit to it, dedicate to it, reflect on how you're being when you're there. Was I being all me? Was I shortcutting, taking the chicken exit? Or was I actually doing the thing I was supposed to do? Was that it? Hopefully that was a good answer.
Yeah, you got it. Thanks.
Just get one more. On top of the follow-up, you own the business to make sure you can get your relationship. So if you get a lead or you go to open house, you sit there for 2 hours. The speed to lead. Don't, but after open house, you're gonna go back to something else and don't follow up. Follow-up is so key. Most agents attempt 3 to 4 times and that's it. They stop.
That's right.
They stop. Today is at least 30 to 40 touches minimum. Right? So we don't give up on leads into 30 to 40 or maybe even 50 touches before they go to the top. So you have to, and right after open house, I'm sure you guys do the same things, that we double and triple tag. We send them a little text and say that thank you for coming to the open house, so on and so forth. Then we send an email and we call us. So again, also remember, this is what you do. This is your job. But for them, they have lives, they have kids, they have families. They may not call you right away. You may feel they ghost you, but you know what? You need to keep trying. Don't give up.
Awesome. Yes, Ed. That's fabulous.
Follow up and consistency, but like Anthony just said, choose one or two things and do the hell out of it, because if you come to an event and I love open houses, I love door knocking, I love this, I love that, there's going to be a horrible follow-up and a horrible consistency if you try to do everything.
Well, write this down, everybody.
And something that you're going to actually do, because I've done door knocking and then I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Right. You can't do
I
everything.
don't want to do it.
And what I just heard was pick 2 to 3 things and then do them with consistency. Write this down. I will ... until. And when I say to people all the time, they go, how many calls do I have to make to get 4 listing appointments a week? I said, I don't know. How good are you at at converting those leads, right? So like, do it until. And then lastly, I coach one of the top agents in the world at a company. She does about 140 transactions, single agent, 40 million. Her commitment on the note cards is no matter what I have to send out, she writes 20 note cards a week. She has a 98% referral rate on 140 transactions, okay? And she says, I do them even when I don't want to, okay? There's a product called Send Out Cards. You can go to sherrijohnson.com to I have a partnership with them. They're cheap, they're fun, it looks like you wrote them too. You can take pictures, it's awesome. And what I would tell you is that is relationship building, that is relationship marketing. You guys were amazing. Let's give everybody on the panel a huge round of applause. Thank you all for that. That was fantastic. Thank you.